Has a gut feeling ever saved your life? Last year, I went on a date with a guy I met on Tinder, but when I saw him in person, he was nothing like what I imagined. He spent the whole time bragging about himself, even going as far as saying he'd hit his ex if she didn't cook for him, and told me to expect the same if we got together. My heart started racing, and I felt this overwhelming panic, like a voice in my head was screaming at me to get out. I quickly made up an excuse about needing to leave for a family dinner, but when I stood up, he grabbed my arm. He started pleading for me to stay, but I insisted I had to go, trying to pull away. He had this wild, intense look in his eyes, and after a moment, he finally let go. I rushed to my car and started reversing, but I noticed him getting into his car and following me. I panicked, called my mom, and she told me to head straight to her place while she called the cops. Luckily, my mom lives in a gated community with a guard at the booth, so I got in, but he couldn't follow. When the cops arrived, I gave them all the info I had, and it turns out he was on the run for unaliving his ex-girlfriend. He'd been dumb enough to tell me his real name when we met. He ended up behind bars.